So, in my last video, I talked about how I was going to go to the surgeon and find out about my hernia repair. Basically, find out, where exactly the repair was located because I didn't have the hindsight to think about asking him that exactly. Obviously, it's the hole, but if you're looking at, if I'm looking down at my stomach, where exactly would it be? And I wanted to know because sometimes I feel these pulls or this little pain, and I'm wondering, is that exactly where it's at? Is that the edge of it? Is it wider than that? So I got a couple of answers. He showed me where it was, and I'll show you that in a second. But he tried to explain the pains that I get sometimes as normal. He said that it didn't look like there's no bulge in. He's like, if it recurs, it's going to be obvious. He said there will be a little more painful and it'll start to poke out. And I asked him, I was just trying to find out all the answers and because I had to pay for the trip, the visit. So I was like, okay, is it going to explode and my guts fall out if I'm doing squats or if I'm whatever, And he's like, no, it's not like that. He said, usually what happens is that when you have that circular mesh, he said, usually your hernia tries to push out from the side of the mesh. So he actually said in my case, because my hernia was a little bigger, the mesh was a little bit bigger, that he actually did not only the two flaps that are kind of like a cross pattern, like stitch here, 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 and here, but he also did the opposite. So it's like 8 points where he stitched my mesh underneath. And I didn't get it clarified. I asked him, I said, were you able to cover all of my tissue over the mesh? Like, was the hole completely put together like that? Or was it kind of open and there's mesh that's holding it together underneath? And he clarified that for me. He said, yeah, I was able to pull all of your tissue together, and after the mesh was underneath, pull all the tissue together over the top of it. So it sounds like it's a pretty good seal. He said that every now and then I'll get these little pains, and I was trying to say in the last video that I felt it feels different when I'm pressing there, and that's obvious. It feels different because it's not normal. It's the repair. My muscle's not there anymore. There's been a vacuum that's kind of been created between where there would normally be tissue that's been removed. So it's different, and it feels different. It feels a little bit kind of mushier whenever I press down on it. And it's a little bit of pain if I press in, but not just barely. He said that my muscles have probably gone around it as well, and that it's normal. He said, if the hernia got bigger, it could split my muscles more, and that would be an issue that they'd have to deal with then. He doesn't seem concerned about it. He just says, hey, if it gets worse, we'll fix it. That's pretty much his answer. But let me show you where it is on my belly. So here's where they cut, and this is where I've been feeling when I get to about right here. From here feels normal. It feels normal here, normal, and right here it doesn't. It feels like it changes. And he said that it's actually, if he had to make me if he had to show me where it was, it's about right here. So there's the top, there's the bottom. That would be the diameter of where the mesh is. So I told him that it feels kind of painful above, and he said it's probably where muscles and other tissues trying to split off. It's just a little bit of pressure right there trying to pull aside. So, I feel pretty good about it. I'm about to have weight loss surgery probably. I'm in the stages of trying to get that approved. And I asked him, would it help? And he said, most definitely. He said, if you have weight loss surgery, takes pressure off the internal organs and your repair grows. He said the longer it's not messed with, the longer it has time to sit there and have tissue around it incorporate it, the longer scar tissue builds into it, the stronger it gets. So obviously if I was getting fatter, it would make it worse. It would be putting pressure on that repair. Hopefully whenever I have the surgery, my internal visceral fat starts losing and the repair gets even stronger. If not, I'll be going under the knife again, I guess. And so, what other choice do I have, really, right? So anyways, that's my update, and I hope that's informative for you. If you have any questions, post them below. Thanks for watching. See you.